Welcome to my channel, where we discuss everything and all things politics, economy, and development in Nigeria and around the world. Now, there have been all kinds of brouhaha about the leaking of official memo. And those in government are saying all kinds of things about the leaking of official memo. Now, this came to the fore following the leaking of a memo between President Bola Tinubu and the Secretary to the federal government. That leaked memo had generated a lot of attention on how government runs and how it should be able to handle its communication process. But to be frank with you, if we are truly a democracy, and if we truly want to run an open government, such leaks should be encouraged so that it will show Nigerians how their country is run. As long as the leakage has nothing to do with national security, I don't think there's anything wrong in it or is anything new in a democracy. Because even the noise that are being made over the latest leaked memo is unnecessary, because if this same memo, you can request for it through the Freedom of Information Act, FOI Act. You can request for it. You can write to the Secretary to the Government of the Federation. You want to get the memo in which the money for the meeting or for the negotiation for the minimum wage was approved. You want to see the memo so that you can be able to see how government is run. Under the Freedom of Information Act, you can get it. Of course, the reason why they are complaining, they believe that it is the opposition party, that opposition parties have mold in government, so they are the one leaking it. No, any patriotic Nigerian who works in the civil service can decide to leak a memo to the press. And it is not new. For example, several memos were leaked when Donald Trump was president of the United States. You can Google it. You can see top 10 list. Just go and Google it right now as I'm talking to you. Top 10 list of memos leaked in Donald Trump administration. You will see it right away now. Before I just finished talking, if you have access to the internet, just check it out right now. You will see it. So that memos were leaked to the press, it's not a bad idea, and it's not something that people in government should be afraid of, unless they have something to hide. If they are running an open government, they should be able to defend every leaked memo. They should be able to defend it, because after all, those in government are in government for the purpose of the people. That everything that goes on between the institutions of government, from the office of the Secretary to the federal government to the presidency to the National Assembly, these are information that has to do with the lives and the welfare of Nigerians, one way or the other. So why should we hide it? Why shouldn't it be leaked? Now, we're not talking about security, we're talking about administrative matter. And good enough, if you go through the leaked memo in question, you will now realize what we missed under Buhari, because under Buhari you don't get to see memos leaked. Perhaps we would have seen how they were running the country aground. We would have seen it. Of course, there were perception of things like that. Now let us look at even the leaked memo in question, the one in question, the one that people are talking about. Is a request for the approval of funds and the inauguration of the tripartite committee on national minimum wage, which the secretary to the federal government wrote to President Bola Tinubu. And he said that this memorandum seeks your approval for the following in respect of the above subject matter. 1. The release of the sum of 1 billion naira only for the above exercise. He said that this has been scaled down to 1.8 billion. Now, number 2, he said the 26th January 2024 for the inauguration of the committee. The 26th January 2024 for the inauguration of the committee. All relevant documents are hereby attached. Now, number 2, he said the new minimum wage is expected to be ready by 1st April 2024 according to the law. Respectfully submitted for Mr. President's consideration and approval, sir. Okay? That's the memo to the president. That's the memo to the president. And it was signed by Senator George Akume, Secretary to the Government of the Federation. It was marked 18th of January 2024, and Tinubu responded on it on the 22nd of January. Now, Tinubu did not approve the 1 billion. He said, what about starting with 500 million? And now, you know why he caught the attention of Nigerians? Because they're talking about the minimum wage, a committee to sit and arrive at the new minimum wage. And people were shocked that 1 billion was proposed for it. And if you look at the memo that was sent by Secretary to the federal government, he was showing to the president that I have due diligence. Because he said I have done due diligence, in the sense that he reminded the president that 1.8 billion was proposed, but this is what I have reduced it to, 1 billion. So when he gets to the president said, no, start with 500 million first. Now, even at that, people see this as evidence of how we waste money in administrative matters in running of government. And for a country that is in dire strait, that is facing a serious economic crisis, many people are still trying to wrap their heads around this idea of spending 500 million naira to be able to inaugurate a committee and then for the committee to work to arrive at the new minimum wage. Many people believe that you don't need that kind of money to be able to arrive at the new minimum wage. You don't need it. That these are proofs, is one of the proofs that indeed we are running a government in this country in which government is a very expensive business. And if you are complaining, telling the public to tighten their belt, those in government should be the first to tighten their belt. Those who will negotiate for the new minimum wage, they are the labor officials. They are the labor officials. So what would they need that will require such a humongous amount, 500 million, for them to be able to sit? Even if they are to sit for 1 year, they need 500 million naira to sit. To discuss what? How to raise 30,000 naira minimum wage, perhaps 100,000, 150,000. That's what we need to gather people and in the process spend 500 million naira. No. So that's why leaking of memos are good for the economy. It's good. They are good for the country. So the more the leaks, the better for this country. Because I'm sure that even the government itself will be embarrassed by what people are saying about it right now. So that next time, when people are making proposal for government projects, government activities, they should be able to give reasonable price, give reasonable quotation, that when the public sees it, the public will actually feel that this is in line with the reality of the country, but not what they found out in this memo. So you could have imagined several other committees and engagements, what they have spent on just to inaugurate them, just to allow for them to operate. So, all in all, it's good for democracy that memos are leaked. It is good for democracy because that is how the public will get to know how those who are serving them are serving them. Because if this memo was not leaked, we would not have known how much was needed to set up a committee on new minimum wage. And already the labor fraternity or the labor union, they already protested. They said that the federal government has padded the committee with former governors, former this, former that. According to Ajero, the president of Nigerian Labour Congress, he said even governors, former governors who could not pay the 30,000 minimum wage when they were governor, they are included. And Labour is protesting about it, that those people are not supposed to be in the committee. That by having these people in the committee, it means that federal government is looking for a stalemate. It is not sincere. And you can imagine that all these former governors, former this, former that they padded into the whole picture. It's probably the reason why they jacked up the amount they need to pay or spend for the tripartite committee. Because when you pad it with all these former governors, former this, former that, it is an opportunity for those people to also feel the impact of the Tinubu administration. So it will be like a payout to them. They will be paid honorariums and all kinds of things for participating. So the Nigerian Labour Congress is kicking against those in the list of members in that committee. So let us see how the whole thing will pan out. But the truth remains, the leaking of the memo is not something that ordinarily, if the government is committed to openness, should worry about. So government should be in a position where it doesn't bother about memos being leaked, because whatever memo is flying around or of going under the table in government, these are memos that they can defend, knowing fully well that they are working in the interest of the public. But if it is memos that they cannot defend, that's where they should be worried. So I don't see anything wrong about the memos that are leaked. And I go online, people are saying opposition moles are everywhere. No, you don't have to be a committed civil servant who loves his country can leak a memo to the press. It's done all over the world. And I told you earlier, you can go and check during Trump administration, so many memos were leaked to the media. So it's nothing new, and it's nothing to worry about. It is something to even encourage for the benefit of our democracy, so that we know how those who are running our country are doing it. We don't want opacity in our governance. We want an open government, and the APC administration have promised to run an open government. If you promise to run an open government, an inclusive government, you should not be afraid of any memo. Make sure that the memo you are working on are the memos you can be able to defend if it is leaked. That's all. That's the only defense you need. And if you work on that mindset, you will not be worried. You will not be looking for a scapegoat on who leaked the memo. That's not important. The important thing is to work with honesty, with truth, work in the interest of the public. And you can find out that whatever memo that is leaked, you can defend it if truly you are working in the interest of Nigerians. Thank you for watching this video. And if you are new to my channel, you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. Hit the subscription button, hit the notification bell. When you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell, anytime I have a new video, you'll be among the first to know. God bless you. And please don't forget to like this video, because when you like it, Google will rank it high and recommend it for more people. Thank you, and God bless you and yours.